All right, we've already got people checking in, so we'll just kind of chill for a little bit and let a few more get logged in before we get to the heart of the matter. So, it's got a few things, and but like I said, I'll wait a few before we go on that. Just Kara, what's happening? I know, right? Man, Arkansas is in the house. Look at that. Garen Bratcher was first one in. So did you guys get that little 5-minute hail that we got here? It was working out and thought it was raining, but man, we got like a whole blanket of hail. It's like little like marble size probably. I think it was for about 5 straight minutes. What's up, Renee? What's going on? Jeremy Black's in the house. Oatmeal Nelson, Josh Carroll, Jim Young, Tom Moritz, Nick Blades, Brian McGinnis, Bill Clark, Clay Hasty. What's happening, guys? Mr. Nicely. Greetings, Jay Black. What's up? Brian and Deja Vu. Yeah, we'll try to get these things going again. It's a big commitment to commit like a specific time. I'm used to being able to just like kind of pick a time and do things. So I was a little late today. Luckily, one of my kids cooked dinner. I was late, so he had it on the table, and I knocked it out and got set up and got going. So Renee, man, we may have to pull that out. That was actually last year, Renee. That was just something random that I think Jason Engelke did on Photoshop or on the internet, and it was pretty funny. I actually had a lot of interest in that, so man, we may have to make that happen. A wizard T-shirt with my ugly face on it. All right, we've got quite a few here. We'll go ahead and get rolling. Just a quick intro. My name is Corey White. They call me the Wizard. This is the Weekly Wizard Update, and taking a little hiatus as soon as the season ended. Like I said, it's a pretty big commitment to like commit to one night a week having to do this, and knowing that I have to have material and with everything going on. So I'm sorry that I screwed up yesterday. Totally forgot about the basketball game that we had. So basketball season is almost over. We'll be hitting the playoffs, I think, next week. So I think that clears up all my Tuesdays. And then we'll be district and weekend after next, or no, I guess next weekend. And then we'll be regionals weekend after that. We'll see what happens. So then I'll be clear and just riding bikes, which I do all the time anyway. So. It's like I still have some thunder or something outside. Weird. Crazy weather. All right. I have some notes, so let's go ahead and get rolling a little bit. If you guys have any comments or questions or things that you guys want to pop in, I know I haven't really had too many of these, so there's probably not a lot of topics right out of the gate, but just a general idea. I'm going to run down some of the things that my crew and my team and friends, with some of the things that we've done over the last few weeks. Sorry about that. And and leading into the season, which the season's fixing to ramp up. We go from static to full gas right out of the gate. Especially for you guys like us that are doing multiple sports, doing gravel. We've got a lot of things happening. So I took some notes earlier, so I do have a few that I didn't quite get done. So I might have you guys help me with some dates here in a little bit. We'll get down to it, but just because I have trouble scrolling and going back and forth between screens. I was going to see if I could do this real quick. Hang on. I'm curious if my live feed shows up on my phone. Oh, it does. So I can share that. Sorry, I'm trying something here. I'm going to try to share this feed from my phone to see if I can share it to just my feed so that my friends that are not part of Tier to Dirt can see it, just out of curiosity. Oh, okay. We'll see if that works. So, and same with you guys. You guys feel free to share this too once it hits live, because then once you share it on your feed or in any groups that you're involved with, I think then the people that are in those groups, or if they're just on your feed, then they can view it as well too, without having to be a member of the True to Dirt. So, first of all, we'll shout out Team Winebox. We'll Pinot Noir, I believe, and a little grapefruit vodka action going. So, man, oh man, you guys are just filling up my feed here. Everybody's checking in. I'm missing a lot of you guys. Joanne, Joshua Potts from Kansas. Hey, Joshua, I know you were texting earlier trying to find some trail to ride this weekend. I'm sure some people on here will be able to point you in the right direction. I'm not sure what's going to happen with this crazy weather, or how much it's affected some of the trails, but we'll probably get some info on that here. Scott Stinson, John Bauman, Julie Denton, Nolan, Kyle, Richard Brown, Roy Pemberton, Darren Hall, Teddy Malone. What's happening, guys? So let's jump into it. So I screwed around my phone and now talked, and let's get going. So, for a lot of us, like me, I mean, there's a handful of us and a lot of guys on our team and girls on our team. We don't really take an off season. We just trying to change gears a little bit. So we never really stop. And, for a lot of you guys haven't raced in a while and you're ready to kick it up with Tier to Dirt, and I'm pumped about that. And we're going to be talking about that here in a bit. Obviously, of course, my dang beard blocks it all up. Got our, representing, Oklahoma firefighters and burn camp, but we'll hold off on that. We'll get to them and give them the showcase here in a little bit as we finish up. We kick it off and do a lot of gravel stuff. So, really training wise, this is just now the time of the season where you start doing a lot of high stress work, high intensity type work leading into the season. But up until now, we've been doing a lot of, or not up until now, but, over the, I guess, winter, doing a lot of base stuff, a lot of long miles, try to get a lot of good time in. So we're winding that down while we're still getting good time in, because we do a lot of gravel. We are building up the intensity. And so one of the ways that we do that is, instead of just going out doing long rides, which are fun, and we have done a few of those, we try to do some gravel rides around the way. And so we kicked that off with, I had something that looked a little interesting up in Arkansas a couple weeks ago. And so we went up and did the Ouachita gravel grinder. Man, can't see. Gosh, it's so clear with these things on. And then I can't see the TV, so I need bifocals. But yeah, we did the Ouachita gravel grinder. We loaded up in our Tony's truck, and I think there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us, and then Smitty, my friend and teammate, came up as well, and then Jay Black was and Jennifer came up, and Jennifer did the run. There was a run there as well as a gravel grinder. So Jennifer did her run, and then we all did our gravel thing. It was fun. It was a good event. Weather was a little crazy. In fact, it was a lot like it is today, where it was like misty and rainy and wet, but the course was great. It wasn't muddy. It was just wet. Super fun. And Colin, Tony, what's happening? Greetings back to New Mexico. How are you guys? We need to get back and see you. Come down and really hang out at the brewery now that it's open. And yeah, but I mean, we had a ball down there. It was like, I don't know what, 5,000 or 6,000 feet of climbing, 61, 62 miles, something like that. It was a great course. Some super steep climbs early because they had to route us around a creek crossing or something that was super high. But it was fun. It was a blast. And you learn real quickly how to draft and not eat dirt because there were rooster tails the whole way. And muddy mess, not muddy. It was a wet mess. It was not muddy. It was just wet. And but yeah, good times. A lot of Bike Lab Blue out there, and I don't know that there were any other Oklahomans really that showed, but we took a lot of their money, so we're okay with that. But yeah, so that led right into. We had an off weekend, and then I think a lot of us, I mean, several of us went over and we did some stuff over at Lawton, and I did some gravel at Lawton with Kai that next weekend, Kai Cordes. So I let the youngin thrash me for about 2 hours on that Saturday, and then probably 3 hours that next Sunday, and but that was just for fun, and we had a cool crew of team warm up, and the 405 coffee ride, they came down. We mapped out a course for them, and that was again. Was that last weekend? That was last weekend. 2 weekends ago, because last weekend was the gravel growler. That was 2 weekends ago. So, man, things just run in together. So, gravel grinder, like I said, the Ouachita and that Arkansas, they're starting to get into gravel, and that was a cool one. So, probably going to do that next year for sure. It was fun. Try to get more of you guys to go down. It's great training, and you get to see new stuff, cool courses. So, you just gotta figure out the travel. So then that led into last weekend. We hopped over to Shawnee for the Shawnee Gravel Growler, and it was a little different this year. It was very cool. Last year was my first experience, even though I think it was the third time last year, and this was the fourth one this year. But boy, I tell you, they really have ramped it up. And I said last year after we did that, because we just kind of one-offed it last year, and we had a heck of a good time. Good venue, and the shop there, Spoklahoma. Craig just did a great job, and then this year they just ramped it up like 10 notches. I mean, they had so much going on. I mean, they had stage downtown and music and beers flowing, and they had all kinds of cool stuff for people to do while we were off riding. I mean, they had a cinema that opened up, and they had tickets to go in there. So, if you brought your family down and they're bored, they don't want to go chase you out on the, gravel, they can go hang out and watch a movie. And so yeah, there were a lot of cool things happening, and it was a good event. They even we pulled in a couple pros, so that was pretty cool. So Allison Tetrick signed up and came down. If you guys don't know Allison, well, I'm sorry, just Google it. I can't help you there. You should know her. She's not a mountain biker, but she's a roadie turned gravel demon, and I actually got to see her for a little while, and then she rode away with all the fast guys when they got into the tailwind. So, and then on top of that, Panther Racer was here, and Matt Stevens, Rob Bell, and Matt's wife Lauren was on a break. I guess she's in between big events. She just got back from Tear Down Under, and so she was there, and naturally she rode with the boys as well. So, and I saw her for like 10 minutes before. But anyway, it was a great event, and it was they had an ultra run, which was like 30 something miles. They had a short distance run, they had a short distance ride, and then they had a long distance ride. And the long distance was 83 miles, so it was a big one, and had checkpoints. So it was good stuff. GT Trail, sure. Only have one gravel bike. That's only mine. LOL. Well, GT Giorgito, you know what? All you got to do is throw some thin, low tread tires on that mountain bike, and that mountain bike is absolutely, totally fine for gravel. Especially some of the stuff that we do. If you do some of the really gnarly stuff, a mountain bike probably is okay. In fact, it's probably more comfortable. So tons of people ride mountain bikes on those. So no excuse, George. Jay Black says my race started with a bang, and it did. So I actually have some pictures of that, and I didn't even post them. So I took pictures of the new tires. So Jeremy blew up a tire literally like right before the start. I mean, completely just blows up, and he gets a borrowed wheel. They just stripped off a bike in the shop at Spokelahoma, and got a tube on it and got it going. And I mean, the sucker still had he rode it with a reflector because it was that brand new. So they just pulled it off the shop floor, stuck it on his bike, and then he finished his race. So that was awesome. So Vanessa Drummond, what's happening? John Denton gave me a wave. George gave me 2 thumbs up. So that's kind of what we do. You know, that's how we prepare. That's how we get ready. I mean, we do training in between. I ride every day. A lot of us do other things, exercise wise, training wise, and I do a little bit of CrossFit in the middle, and for strength training. And Aaron McDaniel, it's 8:15, dude. It's past your bedtime. It is dark outside. I cannot believe you're up. Hi, Vanessa. How are you? Glad you checked in. She gave me, what's that? That's like a high emoji. I like those. I'm not very good with emojis. It's like I always click around and I never can find the one I want. So like Stephen Cordis is like the best emoji person out there. So, but anyway, so that's kind of what we do. We we do a lot of this gravel stuff. We mix it up with training, and then we hit the trail. We finished up 419. I don't know, what was that, 3 weeks ago? Again, I don't know. Feels like 3 weeks ago. I don't know. I can't ever remember my time. It could have been a month ago. It all runs together. But that's mountain biking, and that was a good prep leading into their race, which we'll talk about here in a bit, just briefly. So where I want to go from there. That's really about it. There were a lot of you guys at Shawnee. Hey, I do want to give a quick thumbs up to John Earhart, and I mean, it doesn't mean anything to you guys, but so the Shawnee Gravel Growler was it's like a huge long rectangle with the long sides going north and south. So the first part of the rectangle and the first part of the race, which is why I got dropped so quickly running my 39.17, was because we had tailwind right out of the gate as soon as we hit gravel. And I mean, click, 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 click. I mean, the head group was like an arrowhead. It's like a big long shaft, and then like the arrowhead, and that arrowhead just went poof, and they were gone. It was 5, 6, 7 minutes, and they went from a huge group to this big to this big to this big, and then never saw them again. So basically, you just pick off stragglers the rest of the day. So I got caught out of no man's land for a long time. Rode with a few people. I'm honestly, I rode with some guy. Maybe you know me, and I'm not sure your name. We rode for a long time together, and then we hooked up with a teammate, Tony Stewart, who is the downhill pulling champion. He'd go downhill and bomb, and one of us would pull uphill. So, but we did that forever. But anyway, the shout out goes to John Earhart because we linked up over on the back side of the course. And the back side of the course, I don't know how long it took. I really haven't actually timed it. But like I said, it was a long north-south rectangle. Well, once you turned around and had to head back south, we had a stiff headwind. It was 15 to 18-ish, easy, maybe more. I don't know. It was relentless. And I think we had headwind for probably an hour and a half. maybe 2 hours. It seemed like never. I mean, it seemed like it never ended. But anyway, so I linked up with John, and John and I shared the load, and we had a couple with us. So, but yeah, I mean, it would have been. I mean, to be caught out by yourself in that headwind would have sucked. I know a lot of people did, but again, John and I linked together and did a lot of work, and it's hard sometimes riding with someone into a headwind like that because you're so tired, especially that deep into a race. But it's so much better than being just hung out to dry by yourself in a relentless headwind. So anyway, John, thanks. It's a good day. And he got his top 20. In fact, I think he might have got top 15. So that's pretty damn sweet. Anyway, good job. Quincy, Gunner, it was dark at 6. I know, Gunner, right? I don't know, what, 6:30 now? I think it's 6:30. I don't know. Whatever. But I just like to give Aaron a hard time. He's like 20 years younger than me, but he acts like way more of an old man than I am. Scott Hutchins, you missed the first 20 minutes. That's okay. No worries. I got plenty. I'm a long talker. I just got started. I'm still 20 in. Is that Garnosh or Tempranillo? David, you're confusing me, dude. That's like way above my pay grade. I don't even know what that is. I'm going to have to Google that. But I'm running out if that's you're talking about this. Eddie Reimer joined. Eddie, what's happening? Eddie's another Kansas dude. I saw Quincy Simon checked in. He's from Kansas as well too. And then early on, I think we had somebody from Kansas too. So lots of people checking in. Love all the Kansas guys come down. Speaking of Kansas, Quincy, are you going to ride mountain bikes? Or are you going to keep doing this gravel thing? We need to get you back on the mountain bike. Red wine grape. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's like it's kind of new. I usually do Merlot, David, or I do a Cabernet Sauvignon, and this is a what is it? What did I say it was? A noir or something. It's just a dark wine. It's not sweet. It's but it's not super dry either. So it's kind of just in the middle. It's drinking. John, it's definitely out of a box, brother. I drink too much to buy it by the bottle, so if I don't buy it by the box, it's gone. All right, David, toast back at you. I'm going to have to get someone in here to fill me up because it's like I'm going to have to yell at one of my kids here in a minute to have them come in here and fill me up. Gabe Edmonds, Arkansas, checked in. What's happening? Sean McAfee box. You know it. There you go. All right. So see, man. So see, we have a lot of Team Wine box action going here. So love you guys. So I'm not the only one. Tom Ugleen as well too. All righty. So let's wrap this up and let's move on to the next one. So, so that covered last weekend, and now we got to talk about this coming weekend. So John Denton says Team Wine box in training. Dude, you should be there, man. Your wife was like the ringleader of the whole Team Wine box. So Tom and Debbie, what's happening? Hey there, Oklahoma outside. Love you guys. Debbie, I'm so glad you got your license and you're going to be helping us out this year. So thumbs up. Next weekend. Okay, so next weekend is a big weekend. It's not a big weekend, but it is a big weekend. It's an off weekend, I think, for most people. And this is something that I really encourage all you guys to get involved in. Even if you guys can't make this, register anyway. Just do it. It's Kurt O'Dirto. So, our friend Kurt, I mean, if you guys have not been seeing this on Facebook and have not been following, you really need to get out there and check this out. So our friend Kurt from Stillwater, we've known him for years, used to work at the shop. He's involved in involved with district bikes, and then he finished his master's and moved on to his career. And but he's still close and in Stillwater, and near and dear to our hearts. Well, he's struggling with some brain cancer craziness right now, and all the information's out on Facebook. I'm not going to try to reiterate all that stuff, but anyway, we love this guy, and they have the Curto Dirto. This weekend is a 50-mile gravel ride. It is not a race. It is a gravel ride, adventure, shenanigans, a variety of things. I'm not sure all what it's going to be, but it's going to be fun. And it is not going to be a race. And all the proceeds go directly in his pocket. There are, on top of the entry fees, which again, all go to him, so do all the raffles. There are, I believe, 3 levels of raffles. There's a $100 raffle that you can pitch in. And again, you can buy as many raffle tickets as you want. For a $100 raffle ticket, you're tossing in for a bike and a build. I'm not going to go into the details because I'm not looking at those details. I was reading them today, but there's no way I can recall them. It's a sweet moots bike. There is a second tier that you can pitch in and buy tickets for. All this can be done online. All of this can be done through, if you just go to Land Run 100, they've kind of changed the Land Run 100 page temporarily for to mirror all of this. The $50 one has a variety of things that you can win. Some wheel sets, some Industry 9 hubs, some really, really super cool stuff. Even some kind of a bike build, I think, there too. And then you have, I don't even know how much of just the general swag that they have. And you can buy $10 tickets, and you can buy as many of those as you want. And obviously, for everyone that you buy, all that money is going straight to Kurt, and you're going to stand a chance of winning some stuff. So, hey, even if you can't make the ride, I encourage you to sign up, go out, check things out, go read up. They have some really, really cool things that they're doing right now on Facebook and Instagram. Seth started this, and he's doing some postcards, and it's just a way for people that are really, really close and linked to Kurt to express some thoughts, and as Kurt's process has been with this whole thing, humor is important, and he doesn't want to be serious about this, although he is taking it serious and doing all the right things to get the care he needs. But he's still just a crazy fun guy and a smart ass and jokester, and he's still doing that. And so just go check out some of these postcards of some of the things that are going on to him, and it's interesting, it's fun, it's a good cause, and so I recommend you be there. I don't know our exact plans for this weekend. The weather is obviously iffy, but we're hoping to be up there Saturday evening, just hanging out, doing whatever's going on. I haven't looked at the itinerary, and then we'll be there for the event in the morning. I don't care what the weather's like. Written and worse, it's not going to be that bad. It's going to be like 40 something. So a little chilly in the morning, but you know what? Who cares? Dress warm. Bring your flask. Have fun. Bring your backpack. Bring your music. It's going to be a party, So I say it's going to be a 50-mile rides with shenanigans and probably some flasks. So anyway, good stuff. Be there. Go check it out online. Like I said, Land Run 100 page will link you up, or you can register for the race on Bike Reg. I got my Bike Reg done yesterday, and I'm still trying to decide what I might want to get my tickets for. So I gotta figure out which tickets I'm going to get tomorrow. I'm going to get those in. Rowdy ride. Looking forward to Stillwater. Casey Meyer. Hey, Casey, man, good riding with you for a little bit this gravel grinder. Man, I was hoping you would stay with their group. think you went up and pulled too hard, man. That's what you should have just sat on us for a while and recovered and then started doing some pulls. But it's good seeing you there. Lake and Miller seeing Stillwater. All right, Lake and good. I'm glad you're back on the bike, brother. I missed you because, we really kind of linked up last year at the Gravel Growler. And, I mean, honestly, you wore my ass out last year at the Gravel Growler on that single speed, brother. So Lakin, yeah. Okay. I'm going to keep rolling. Let me scroll up, make sure I didn't miss anything. I saw a bunch of people pop in, but I didn't really look. Sean McAfee named your road bike Franzia. Dude, I don't name my bikes, but if I did, I mean, I might have to really go there. That's a good go-to for me. All right. Albert checked in. Albert Simon. Albert, did you get that bike situation figured out? Let me know. And Kat, I guess Kat Eaton, happy birthday, belated, and hope you're feeling better. Heard you saw the pictures. I guess you had a little crashy crash, so I'm sure you'll be good. And Dave Mazzell, all right. Stephen Bruns, Robert Watson, Bobby Smith, all right. How are you guys? Okay, we're ready to roll on. So that leads us into weekend after next. So again, Cardo Dirto this weekend. Make it happen. So next weekend is the annual Chili Bike. I don't know how many they've had. It's too. I don't know. I haven't really looked, but they've been doing it for a long time. So this is a good event. I've been doing it for several years. It's a really good way for a lot of teams and a lot of groups to kind of kick off the racing season. But it's really cool to get a lot of people out that normally don't like to race and just go ride their mountain bikes. So this event draws a lot of those people, and it's a very cool event. The new linkage, but from the Red Trail over to the west side, which allows you to do all 4 trails now without actually having to get out on the road, is very cool. And so that's the plan. I don't know what my plan is at this point. Right now I have a conflict and I'm up in the air, so I'm kind of waiting on a lot of my team to kind of make their mind up on the mountain bike side to decide what they want to do, and I haven't really tossed that out there, but I'm leaning towards, we have a team road camp headed up to Tallahena to do Talamina Drive. So we're going to leave from Tallahena over, we're not going to actually get to Mina, but we're going to go about halfway and then do an out and back. So anyway, so that's the same weekend. So I may go do that because that's some unbelievable training to go out there and do some climbing. I don't know how many thousands of feet we do, 7, 8, 9,000 feet of climbing. I can't remember, but it's crazy. I don't have enough gear on my road bike to even make it up there. So, but anyway, so that's the plan. But I mean, for those of you that are, planning on doing a Chili Bike, get out there and do it. It's a cool event. It's real chill. It's fun to go out and do I think it's like 34, 35 miles when you do it all, something of that nature, give or take a couple. I'm not sure where the mileage is now that you have the linkage versus the gravel road around. But still, it's a great event. I mean, the goal is to get, 1 trail, 2 trail, 3 trails, or 4 trails. And I think they have, and I assume they still have different colored t-shirts for the different, amounts that they do. So, or for the number of trails that you do. So, hey, Jared. I'm gonna holler at one of my kids. Hey, I need a refill, dude. Can you top me off? Yes, I'm live. Yeah. So good to have some help. All right. So we're moving on now. And that leaves us with the finale. And I feel like, hey, where am I at? It's 8:35. So this is not terrible. I'm quite long-winded. Awesome. Thank you, sir. How cool is that? Yeah, Dave, I know. Child abuse, right? I got him off of his video game. Oh, man. So, enough of the fun stuff and the goofing off that we've been doing, but let's get to the real deal now. So I released the schedule a few weeks ago, a month ago, and came online real quick to do that. And it is around the corner. It's happening. I mean, we are, we're looking at Turkey Mountain, 23rd and 24th. So Turkey Mountain, Burn Camp, Ray Hall, Oklahoma firefighters, 2 days of fun, racing, camping, hanging out, riding bikes. It's going to be the bomb. And then most importantly, did I write that number down? I did not write that number down, but I saw something that Ray had posted, and I think he said over the is it 2 now, or is this is the 3rd year, I think. He's done it 2 previous, and this would be the 3rd. In the previous 2 years, he's raised almost $18,000 that goes directly to sponsor and help kids go to burn camp. And I think a lot of people may not know exactly what that is, and I'm probably not going to do it justice because I have not. I mean, honestly, I just decided to talk about this. I'm winging it, but I mean, I have listened to Ray and him talking. Hey, stop! My dog driving me crazy. Sorry. So I think I can talk about this relatively correctly, but if anybody has some information correctly. So essentially, burn camp, I don't know the location, but I think it's someplace nice, like in Florida or something. It's a huge camp. It's a fun, huge facility. It's almost like a summer camp, and with all kinds of things for kids to do that are it's just fun. It's fun and involvement and people around you and being involved with other kids. But the difference is that there are, obviously it's Oklahoma firefighters, burn camp. You see where this is going. So their whole focus is that there are tons of kids out in this world that have been severely burned through a variety of things, and through fire, and they're disfigured, and they have physical issues, they have emotional confidence, all kinds of issues that follow with that. Any kind of thing like that does that. And so this camp is a sponsored camp that allows a lot of these kids to get out, go enjoy themselves, have fun, do things that they probably didn't think that they could ever do, meet adults, other people, other kids their age, and in an environment that is assisted and protected and aimed just strictly for them. And that is what Ray and Turkey Mountain and Burn Camp, that's where all of their money goes. It's where all their sponsorship goes. And it goes to provide money to help more of these kids that need to go to this camp, go to Burn Camp. So it's a great thing. And, on top of that, and we race bikes. So, I mean, we get to race bikes and then do some really good stuff with what we're doing with riding bikes. We're not just out riding for ourselves, or we are, and riding for ourselves, we're benefiting other people. So, I mean, how cool is that? And, what Ray and them are doing is great. And we're just going to keep rolling with this and keep making this bigger and better every year, and we'll see what happens. So Burn Camp again. Burn Camp, Turkey Mountain Bike Festival, I think is the official name. 23rd, 24th. I haven't talked to Ray, but I looked at the flyers, so we're all good here. We're still doing. I don't know the time frames. I'll let you guys do the time frames, but it's the same plan. Saturday, short track, time trial. Time trial first, I think. Short track second. Short track will be a little simpler, a little easier, and time trial will probably be the Cat 3 course or parts of it. Don't know yet. And then we got cross country on Sunday, and yeah. So I mean, it's the same weekend, and we're going to. The YMCA is locked in. That's part of our scheduling. I usually during the scheduling process, I usually work it out with Ray earlier than I do anybody else, and that is because we have to lock in the YMCA facility, and that's critical to housing that. And that's a great venue, and we love being down there, and they welcome us, and we have a great time. But on top of that, or not on top of that, but I say with that being the facility, it will be the same. They won't have camping Friday night. So if you want to come up early and be there for the short track, you're going to need to make accommodations for your Friday. But Saturday it is open. You can camp on site, tents, whatever. I mean, obviously there's not a lot of space for like RVs and stuff. So, I'd keep that to a minimum, but definitely there's, tons of camping, and we do that almost every year. It's a blast. Hang out and camp and chill, after the Saturday events, and there's going to be food vendors and beer, and then be there and get ready to race the next day on Sundays. So anyway, good stuff. Let's see if I've missed anything. David Copeland, what's happening? Yeah, I know. I do. I have 3 good sons. 2 are still here. One's across the street. So, Matthew Marriott, welcome. Tagging Robbie Keith. David Reynolds, you joined again. Chris Call joined. Chris Call, what's happening? So, all right. Hey, so we got a lot of people joined in, and if you guys have any questions or comments or things that you want to say about the events that I'm talking about, chime in, and I'll definitely jump in with answers that I can provide, or I will share the information that you provide me. So, man, that's really pretty good. Pretty tasty. It's a little new for me. Used to my Merlot, but it's a little different taste. All right. So, Turkey Mountain, first race of the Tour de Dirt. We're going to have to do it. Hit it up big. I don't know. There you go. Representing. Got my shirt. So, Kevin Wagner made it in. What's up, Kevin? Good to see you this weekend. And Cody Pollard just joined in as well, too. Oh, hey, so while we're on Turkey, and I'm glad, man, Cody, perfect timing to check in. So, I had this on my notes, and I honestly just skipped over them. So let me make sure that I haven't missed anything. So the course is marked. They have the NPI squares that they put, at an angle, so they look like a triangle. But you have the arrows, and they have the course marked. Right now, obviously, you're probably not going to be able to go down to the YMCA and start and finish the races like you normally do, but that's okay. They recommend right now just going to the upper parking lot, and from the upper parking lot, you will see arrows for both courses. So the colors are amber, caution yellow. I could say caution yellow. Ray said amber, but caution yellow was probably it. That is for the Cat 3 and Cat 3 only. So you will see the caution yellow signs. Again, little squares, a little tree, and the tree is in the shape of an arrow. So follow those. So you can go to the upper parking lot at Turkey, and you can hit those, and you will be good to go. You can also go to the upper parking lot and you can hit the white as well. The white signs, again, same signs, same tree in the shape of an arrow from NPI, and you're going to be following the Cat 1 and Cat 2. Cat 1 and Cat 2 course. Cat 1 and Cat 2 are the same. Cody says Cat 3 arrows are at the far north end of the parking lot. So you may have to look around a little bit to find them. But so if you're doing the Cat 1-2 course and you're starting from the top parking lot, you're not going to be hitting the course from the start. You're going to be hitting the middle, but that's okay because, I mean, it's a short course. If you're a Cat 1 or Cat 2, you're probably not doing one lap. So go out and do a half a lap or whatever it is that gets you through. And as soon as you hit the YMCA area, you know that's going to be the start. And then you do the start, and then you're going to know what the course is. So it's all good for pre-riding. And so let me go back and do that. So Cody says, again, Cat 3 arrows are at the far north end of the upper parking lot. The Cat 1 arrows are at the northeast side of the top of the parking lot. So basically it's north and then north and east. So just go up, you know, when you hit that part of the parking lot, you should be able to see the signs, should be able to follow them from there. And yeah, so just get on the trail and ride them, and you'll be able to figure it out. So I think Cody led a group out there, or a couple of groups last weekend. I mean, I know we had a couple of Bike Lab going up because Keith and Alyssa passed me on the highway and stopped and waved, and they said they were headed to Turkey, and I said I was headed to Claremore to go ride Claremore. So so all good. Brian says a lot of racers got lost at Turkey last year. They've been guidance for Primus flag. Well, Brian, I tell you the issue at Turkey is that it's really hard to. There's so many people out there that a lot of the markings get moved. So, Cody says, sorry, southeast parking lot for the Cat 1, southeast. So north for the Cat 3s, southeast for the Cat 1s. So we're all good. Kevin Wagner, I'm not sure. Have to look at the flyer. So I don't want to start talking about lap times. Or not lap times, but number of laps for Cat 2. I'll let someone else answer that. Maybe someone can look at the flyer for me. It's on the flyer, but I don't have that available. And honestly, I didn't do my research today, so yeah, sorry. Brandon Nesbitt, what's up? How are you? Corey Lies. Hey, Corey. And Corey's another Kansas guy. He's going to come down and do some mountain biking. Awesome. Love it. And Brian, I did address that with, honestly, at the end of last year, I did address that with Ray and some of the promoters. So there were only a couple of sections that were some issues last year, and a lot of that had to do with the signs being pretty small and the speeds that we were coming through. And it was really hard to identify some of the turns because you're going so fast. So, but I don't think that's going to be a problem this year. Yeah. So not a worry. So Wildcat Mountain Marathon coming up. Casey Meyer says, so shoot me some info on that, Casey. I'm not familiar with that or the time frame. So shoot that to me. I would be interested in looking at that. John Denton, if you can't tell north from south. Corey Lies, what's happening, man? Glad we got you hooked up today. So Brandon Nesbitt, you and me both, dude. I am so ready for spring. I've gotten where I can ride in this cold weather and I can deal with it, but damn, I'm getting kind of tired of it. It wears on you after a while riding in the cold week after week. It's been like, I swear it's probably been 10, 12 weeks in a row now that we've just ridden in the cold every weekend. So last weekend was kind of nice. I mean, I got to ride. We did a pre-ride at Claremore on Sunday, and I didn't even wear arm warmers. That was pretty sweet. So I'm looking forward to that. So. Corey lies. Nice. He says, I heard Kansas boys like to message you with dumb questions. Dude, there's no dumb questions. I work for a school. There's no dumb questions. So the only dumb questions is the question not ask, because then there's no answer for it. So ask away. Boom. Kevin Wagner says, leave the upper parking lot going west and run to the Cat 1 course near 500 feet. Boom. There you go. All right. So, all righty. Let me see if there's anything I left out with Turkey Mountain. There they are. You got to find these guys. Nope. I think I got it all. So, all righty. I am down to the last one or two things, and I'm just going to touch lightly on these. And I'm going to touch lightly just because we've got other episodes coming up, and I will hit those more thoroughly when it is their time and they are next in line. And that is that we have coming up on March 3rd. So, we knock out, on the 23rd and the 24th, we knock out Turkey Mountain, and we have no rest. We turn right back around, and on the 2nd or on the 3rd, we have Sooner Stampede. So we did move that date, as you guys remember, because we have a local road race in Norman, and someone can post up the link on that if they want. There's some road racing and some crit racing going on. Through the it's actually for adults as well as college students, but it's a college race put on by OU, so someone can definitely link that up. But yeah, so we do Turkey Mountain and we just run straight into Sooner Stampede, and I have no doubt that course is going to be rocking. We've got flyers up, online registration going for them as well too. They have their course marked, and they've already been posted on Tour de Dirt and Oklahoma Mountain Bike Trail Conditions. So I'm not going to reiterate all of that right now, but get out there and take a look. And I think they've got information out there on how they've marked it and where to go. And then we get one weekend off. Actually, we get 2 weekends off, because we've got the race that's in Norman on the 9th and 10th. And then we have the 16th and 17th, which is off. Of course, there's probably something going on there. That's why we have that off. But then on the 24th, we kick off with Fat Tire Festival, Fat Tire Shoreline Shred in Claremore. So we actually rode that course this weekend, and we got the 411 on the course. It's actually marked. So, they've got it all. I mean, these guys are on top of things. I mean, people are pre-riding their courses, and they've got it marked weeks in advance, even though technically they're not really required to have it marked other than a week before. And there's still a few changes happening out at Claremore right now that'll be ready for the race. One that I just saw just a few minutes ago was a bridge, and I talked to them this weekend. They're building a bridge across one of the big water crossings, and we only have to go across that water crossing once this time, but now with that bridge, we won't even have to go through the water crossing. And then all the new trail that they've added, we rode all that this weekend, and it is absolutely beautiful. So, you guys need to get out there and check that out. Sooner Stampede, jumping back to that, you guys know what you're going to get. We did 419 out there. So, you're going to get team warm up. You're going to get the blow up pub. You're going to get a cool vibe. You're going to get fun, and you're going to have a cool ass course on top of that. So, I have no doubt that this is going to be another outstanding race. So, I hope that, I honestly hope that we can continue this. I hope people just will continue showing for all the remainder of the races that they do, and as they do for the first 3. So, but again, February 24th, 23rd, 24th, Turkey Mountain, March 3rd, Sooner Stampede, and March 24th, Fat Tire Shoreline Shred. So we've got some cool stuff coming up this year. We have a new Kids Cup sponsor this year, and we'd love to welcome on board Al's Bicycles. They were the longtime sponsor for quite some time of the Kids Cup, and then we moved over to Melon Bike for several years and had a wonderful relationship with them. And we love to welcome back Al's Bicycles and have them sponsoring our Kids Cup. So I'm hoping that, it's going to be great. I mean, we've got, Amy Bean and Kat Eaton doing their thing, and I have to give big props to them because I don't do anything for the Kids Cup hardly. And that is all because of what Kat and Amy Bean do. They do all of that, and I can't give you guys enough kudos and thanks for taking that responsibility on. It's critical and it's important for these kids, and we're seeing more and more of these kids come in, do Kids Cup. Some of them don't even do Kids Cup very long because they want to go do the real deal, and they move straight up to the big dance. And it's beautiful. It's great seeing all these young kids. So, but again, I want to thank Al's Bikes for doing that. I also want to thank Fat Tire. Fat Tire is also going to be one of our secondary primary sponsors. We're still working out the details. I'm going to kind of keep it under the hat a little bit, but we've kind of got an idea for what we're going to do for their sponsorship, and it's going to have to do with some podium stuff. So again, we haven't quite got those details worked out, but I'm hoping it's just going to be fun, and we look forward to their sponsorship as well too, and hope we do right by them. So let's see. Let me go and see if I miss anything. So let's see. Nick Blades. Oh yes, Nick. Thank you. Actually, let me go back up. So I missed a few things here. Wow, I've got a lot of things. So Oatmeal says Wildcat Marathon is the place. Oh, the Wildcat replaces Love It. Yeah, I think that was okay. I think that though, if that's the same date though, I think that's a conflict with us, with something. I can't remember what that conflict is. But yeah, I mean, that's a good event for sure. I mean, we have had people go to that in quite a few times, but I don't know that we're going to make that this year because of the dates. So oh, Cootsy's little girl Ava had a question above. I missed it. What? Okay, I'm going to go above. So let me go back. Brian, Quincy. Oh, there it is. Hi, this is Ava. I'm 6. Do I need a license to race? Ava, excellent question. And the answer is yes, you do. Although you can do a 1-day. The reason is because several years ago we realized that our 4 to 5-year-olds are not a competitive race. We don't give places. They just race and there's no placings. So therefore it's a non-competitive race. However, the 6 and above races are all competitive races. We give first, second, and third. We give a championship. We give them a jersey. Therefore, it is a competitive race. If it is a competitive race, for us to be insured through USAC, USA Cycling, which is who we sanction our race through, you have to hold a license. So it's up to your parents. There is a junior license. I can't remember the cost on that, but in the past it's been $35 for the whole year. If you want to do that, your parents can do that. Or if you're only wanting to do 1 or 2 races, you can just do a 1-day license, and that's $10 per race every time. So Good question, Ava. I'm sorry I missed that. Georgito, thank you for reminding me to go back up and get that. So, and if I didn't explain that clearly, you can go out to oktdd.org, and I have all the rules and regulations and instructions and all that information out there. There is information out there on that exactly. So, okay, let me scroll back down. Okay. Jason Inglekey, late to the party. That's okay, but you know, I'm long-winded. So Nick Blades popped in and said definitely land run 16th and 17th. So I did leave that out, but that is kind of a big deal. I will hit that up more when it gets time to go. But land run around here, I think most everybody knows what land run is, and so. I don't know how many of us are doing that, but I would venture a guess quite a few. So, you know, I have some redemption from last year. I felt really good and completely broke my bike last year. So I was lucky to come out last year after my bike broke with no injuries. So I was pretty stoked about that. But you know, hey, Specialized is the bomb. They warranted the brake and the frame, and I'm riding a brand new bike, so can't complain. Actually, I've broke 2 bikes in like the previous 2 years. And they've warranted both of them, so I'm riding 2 new bikes thanks to Specialized warranties. So thumbs up, and that's why I keep riding you guys. So, but Nick, we'll talk more about land run, because land run's the big deal, and it's a huge deal. It's crazy. We've got so much going on, so much I've already talked about. I'll hold off on land run. I'll give it a spotlight a little later when it gets closer, which I mean is around the corner. Oh, you were saying that was the weekend between those 2 races, so that's where that's coming from. Corey lies. So Corey, another Corey that spells his name correctly, which I love, Corey, lies, is in Kansas, and he says, "So awesome to see new trail development in Oklahoma. You guys are kicking butt," and I can't take any credit for that. I have a little local trail out here, and I have some friends that are actually working on that now. And for you old school boys, guess what? Lake Steed will be open and ready to ride before you know it. So I'm just going to lay that out there before I move on. So Brian McGinnis, you bet, man. You know, I've been holding off on this for a while, and I have to admit I have a really good time doing this. What's crazy is I'm really uncomfortable in front of groups, but yet I don't mind doing this in front of all of you guys. But mainly it's because I'm talking about stuff I know what I'm talking about, sort of, kind of, maybe. Land Rond, David Copeland posted a link up there. So I was talking about the event that we moved T-Bird we moved it a week earlier because that weekend after, which I think is the weekend of the 10th of March, is Land Rond, and David Copeland posted a link. If you go up there, there's a link to it. So, yeah. And Eddie says same day as Chili Bike. I'm not sure what is the same day as Chili Bike. So, Bobby Smith, old school memories. There you go. I know, right? Bobby, you're old school with me. So is Eddie Reimer. Eddie Reimer posted right above you. Eddie goes back, same thing, man. We go back way back. So, John Dent, you're gonna have to get out here and get some of that Steed action. I know you remember that. All right, ladies and gents, it is 1 hour and 4 minutes in. I do not think that I have anything else. Next sheet is blank. And I think I'm going to call it a day unless you guys have any questions. So I'm going to ramble for about 30 seconds to a minute. to scan and see if I have any questions that I missed. And if you guys have anything that you want to ask or discuss, then hit me up. Otherwise, I'm going to close up shop. So, hey, I saw John and Parker joined. Another Arkansas. Love that you guys are coming out and checking out some of our stuff. Of course, you know, we always come out and check out your goods, man. You guys have so much good stuff going on out there in Arkansas. Love to get you guys down here and check out some of ours. We just need to get someone like Walmart to sponsor all to throw money at us like you guys are getting for all your trails. All righty. Jason Ingelke, how do you get ready for a Cat 1 race? Well, okay, so for you specifically, you need to not warm up. You need to sit and, I don't know, like maybe eat a honey bun, drink a pop, something like that, you know, just to get ready. Just saying, that would be okay with me if you did that, but that's probably not the best plan, so. And you need to not shift when we get to the end on a downhill finish, if I'm there. Sean Dunn, what's happening? Hey, Sean, man, it was good to see you this weekend. I haven't seen you in forever. Yeah, I mean, you need to come do some mountain biking. I know you used to do that a lot. I know you're doing gravel a lot, but Sean, dude, come on out. David, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna, you know, I do ramble a lot, and I try to clean up my lines, but man, I just ramble a lot, so I'll get better. John Denton. Stephen Cordes is late to the show. Stephen was probably next door drinking beer. Oh, he's been riding Medicine Park in the dark. Well, that's good that you're riding, Steve. So, Eddie, I'm with you. Ingelke, right there. Eddie Reimer says that you need to eat a dozen Krispy Kremes. Perfect. Be perfect for your pre-race strategy. And then Brendan says, take it slow. Yeah. That goes for both of you, Eddie, too. I got a race against Eddie, too, so you guys are going to kill me this year because I'm still riding one gear, and I'm still older than all you guys. So. All righty. Well, I think that it was a fun show, and I thank you guys for tuning in. Unless I've totally screwed things up and something isn't up on my calendar, I will be back on a regular schedule next week. I will be there on Tuesday, 8 o'clock. That's going to be my normal time, Tuesday. I mean, that's when I normally do it. I mainly do Tuesday because I only have one training plan on Tuesday. Mondays and Wednesdays, I double up and I do two training things. So Tuesday, I'm usually more free, and that gives me a chance to get dinner and get settled and get this going and still do laundry and vacuum my floor and all the stuff that you have to do normally. So that's the plan. Dave, I need a refresh. I don't know. On my screen, I hope not. I don't know. Maybe me. I need a refresh. Jason, thank you. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good right now. So, but I'm afraid I'm way on top of things. So, as the season goes, I'm gonna have to really, really work to keep that fitness. So, but yeah, the knee recovery went well, and all the fitness that went into that. So, yeah, so I'm rolling pretty good right now. So, unfortunately, though, it's a long season. It's hard to maintain that. So, but we'll be good. We'll be good, and we'll have some fun racing together. So, all right, I'm out. Be prepared for next week, and I'll have an agenda for next week, and we'll move things up and have some more details on some of our upcoming True to Dirt races. And I'll be talking with the promoters, and I'll have some more information from the promoters and give you some more details. And if you guys have anything that you want to discuss on top of just trails and events and stuff like that. Like, you know, I mean, I know in the past we've talked about training, we've talked about race etiquette, we've talked about a variety of different things. So if you guys have ideas, post them. I'll write them down and I'll try to see about how I can fit them in. And we'll go from there. Another thing is that you know, I do post these on my YouTube channel. I don't think I should be linked in the event page. So you go out and subscribe to that. And so, you know, you can share that with those people that may not be on social media or may not have been able to watch it live, or maybe you missed this. You can always go back and watch it. It will be on the Tour de Dirt page under videos, as well as my YouTube page, but sometimes it's easier for people to watch it on YouTube. I know in my car I'd prefer YouTube because I can play the YouTube and I get the audio, and I don't have to worry about closing my phone. Whereas if I do Facebook Live and I close my phone, it stops everything. So anyway, but I'll do that probably tomorrow morning. It's late now, so I probably won't do it tonight because I'll do all that processing and I'll get it uploaded to my YouTube channel. So, all right, cool. I'm out. Enjoyed it. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.